Hi, my name is Niyati Nayak and I am a PhD candidate at Department of Architecture, University of Oregon. I built a black globe temperature sensor which senses the environment using Arduino Uno. My sensor looks like candy, just that the sensor is not colorful. But why is it not colorful? To understand that, let's understand the term black globe temperature and why is it measured. The black globe temperature is the temperature that results from the absorption of the heat energy radiated from different surfaces in a space. With space, I mean building indoors and building outdoors. With reference to building indoors, the diagram on the left shows the radiant heat inside homes and the diagram to the right shows the radiant heat outside homes in urban areas. A black body is the most absorptive. Thus, a black globe or sphere is used around a thermistor sensor with the logic that it would absorb most of the heat radiated from the surfaces around it. The black globe temperature is used for calculating the mean radiant temperature in a space. Below is the equation to calculate mean radiant temperature. The Gt in the mean radiant temperature equation is the globe temperature that will be measured by the sensor that I have designed. Thermal comfort is determined by measuring air temperature, relative humidity, wind speed, mean radiant temperature, occupant clothing, and metabolism. There are affordable equipment and methods to record air temperature, relative humidity, metabolic rate, clothing level. However, the sensors to measure black globe temperature and air velocity or wind speed are present in limited equipment which are very expensive. The heat stress monitors are the only equipment that have inbuilt black globe temperature sensors. These heat stress monitors go as expensive as $2,500. In comparison to the $2,500 sensor, I wanted to build a cost-effective black globe temperature sensor. I used ping pong balls, thermistor sensors, and Arduino Uno and breadboard setup to build my black globe temperature sensor. Also, I colored the ping pong balls with acrylic paints. One might question that why did I use ping pong balls to build the black globe temperature sensors? The reason is because 1. Several previous studies have recommended making black globe temperature sensors using ping pong balls. Second, because the ping pong balls are easily available and cost effective. And last but not the least, the mean radiant temperature equation requires 6 inches diameter sphere. Moreover, copper spheres with black electrochemical coating or matte paint are considered to be most suitable. However, 6 inches copper spheres are difficult to find. The one that I could find on Amazon was 4 inches in diameter and costed $80 per piece. Because of all these reasons, I felt the ping pong balls to be the most cost-effective solution. I built two sensors, one with a black sphere and another with a white sphere. I recorded readings from each of the black and white sensors and compared with those recorded by the black globe temperature sensor of the QuestTemp heat stress monitor. I took readings at 1 minute time intervals and took measurement at three locations, which are Baker Lighting Lab, PhD student office, and outdoors outside the Lawrence Hall building. I created that environment in the Baker Lighting Lab. The only source of light and heat was a glass box with a 40-watt bulb. Readings were taken at 1 minute interval for 15 minutes. It can be observed from the graphs that compared to the black globe Arduino sensors, the white globe Arduino sensors recorded values closer to the black globe temperature sensor of the Quest Temp heat stress monitor. The PhD student office was lit by a south-facing window. The window sashes were open to allow for outside air. The sun was in the southwest direction and not in the window view while the readings were recorded. Readings were recorded at 1 minute intervals for 15 minutes. Here too, it can be observed from the graphs that compared to the black globe Arduino sensors, the white globe Arduino sensors recorded values closer to the black globe temperature sensor of the Quest Temp heat stress monitor. The outdoor environment was bright and sunny. Direct solar radiation was incident on the globes. Reflected solar radiation was from the paved walkways and people passing by. It was very difficult to be in the sun for a long time, thus readings were recorded at 1 minute intervals only for 5 minutes. A considerable difference was observed between the recordings of the Arduino globe temperature sensors and Quest Temp globe temperature sensor. After analyzing the comparative findings, the white globe Arduino sensor consistently performed better than the black globe Arduino sensor. The closest recordings compared to the Quest Temp black globe temperature sensor were in the PhD room. Maximum reading error was about 22% in the outdoor environment. From this experiment, it can be concluded that the black paint on the black globe Arduino sensor was reflective, which might have resulted in a higher error than that given by white globe Arduino sensor. Too many factors, like wind conditions, sensor stability, sphere diameter, etc., could have led to a higher error in Arduino-based sensors in outdoor environment. It was difficult to conduct this experiment single-handedly as complex logistics were involved. In future, it would be beneficial to build a Wi-Fi supported Arduino-based sensor. That way, it won't be required to carry a laptop and the whole apparatus around for conducting different measurements. It would be interesting to find out that how does the Arduino-based sensor perform in a room which has direct sunlight penetration. This would be a further idea for future study. I would thank Professor Jun Huckley for his encouragement and availability to teach everything related to Arduino. Thank you for introducing us to the world of Arduino and DIY. Thank you for providing all the required materials. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Minson's lab in the Human Physiology Department at University of Oregon for providing the Quest Temp heat stress monitor. Thank you.